All right, we are live. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Want to take the time to welcome Lehan back. Lehan has a lot to share with us. You
Yes,
guys
I
remember
do.
Lehan from the first time. So, Lehan, welcome. Thank you for joining us again.
Hold on, I just messed up.
You're
There
good.
we go. I got it. I got it. There we go.
Let me cut off this Wi-Fi here. And that will make this run a lot smoother. And then I can push the button there. It's running good, but I just wanted to keep running good. Wanted to run it smooth. So who we got up in here? We got Ryan, RDFPB, welcome. Jim, JD's, Kev FPB, welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by. So Lehan, so what has happened in your career since last time you were on the show?
So, first I got a sponsorship by Friday FPV. It's a frame sponsorship, and they make some amazing frames. Like I had never heard of them before they came up to me, but then after I got the frames, I was really impressed with the quality that they have, and it took them a long time to make and design their frames. It's really really cool.
Wow.
Now, where are they based out of?
They're based out of South Africa.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So all of their frames ship out of South Africa, or do they have like a U.S. warehouse? What's the turnaround time? Do you know?
I'm not exactly sure, but I do know that we have a distributor, Tiny's LEDs.
Okay,
So,
Tiny LEDs. Okay.
yeah, they distribute our frames. I don't exactly know where exactly they're coming from, but I do know that they have quite a few vendors.
So that's where one would purchase the frame through Tiny LEDs, go to their
Yes.
website, and you find it there.
Yes.
Cool beans. Butch, welcome. Plummet, what's up, brother? Who else did I miss? Anybody else missing?
No, I sent out a few stuff.
So your quad, what was it? Your finals or something you had last Sunday? Was that at the track with Rob and them, or is that with your sponsors?
So
Like-
my qualifier was with House of Quads. They put that up, and then Tiny's LEDs was there, and then the second place world champion was there. He got first place, and then I got second place next to him.
Nice, good job. Wow. I told you, man. You're awesome. Like your sticks are there. You just have to get on that right road. And it sounds like you're on the right road. Sounds like it's.
I'm getting there, yeah.
Yeah. So that's really good. That shows that you're putting some hard work in to get it done too.
Yeah, and I just got my fourth quad working. So
Wow.
that's a big step from one quad.
Right? In a very, very short period of time that we've known you, you've come from one quad and average goggles to a frame sponsorship, 4 quads,
and new goggles, new fat sharks.
New fat sharks, yes. I knew you would go to like the next level with fat sharks, because I remember starting out and me wearing box goggles, and then so I kind of knew what you were seeing. And when you were out there flying, the way you were flying with those box goggles is like amazing. So I knew pretty much when you got to see what you knew. Well, you pretty much have it in your head, your memory. You're pretty good with that stuff. I know that pretty much helped you out a lot. But now it's like now you're seeing it, so now it's just like turns your game up so much.
Yeah, now I can see every string that's coming from every gate.
Wow, sweet.
That helps a lot.
Vampire, welcome. Kaz FPV, welcome. Explicit, what's up? Guys, if you're just joining in, this is Lehan Vander. Check him out. His channel is Lehan Vander. He is amazing. I went flying with him one weekend. We met up to a fly-in that we all had. It was like a race going on, and I think 50-mile-plus-hour winds,
Yeah.
and it didn't even matter to him. He was just out there putting it down. Like I couldn't even. I don't even think I made a gate, and he was just like making 6 or 7 around me. So he's headed into the racing. So following, I think you guys are gonna see some amazing footage and how the path is set up there. Follow it. If you're into it and you're passionate about it, it just goes to show you it will come to you.
Yeah.
So how did you get hooked up with everybody? Did you just start going on Facebook and saying, "Hey guys, you need to check me out"?
Not really. Um, I guess most of everything comes from friends, I guess.
Okay, well, that's all.
Yeah.
And your skills.
Right. Yes, because without your skills, obviously.
It's time. I put in a lot of time. Well, try to.
Right. And you also have a brother that's right there with you.
He's getting better. Yeah.
Sidewinder, what's up? So do you see your brother being competition soon, or?
Soon I don't think so, but I think eventually yes.
Gotcha. I just didn't know if it run in the family, those sticks.
Vampire the Cable worked out great. It helps so much.
Greg Swirlybird, welcome. But that's cool to see that, like I said, from the last time you were here, your progression, and that was how long ago?
3 months, 3 or 4 months.
What has it been that long already? Wow.
So. Yeah.
Man, time is moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is because I've done a lot since then. Also, I've learned a lot as far as tuning. One thing, dude, have you ever tried Flight One yet?
No.
Oh my God!
And
When you get the chance, and got some money.
Now that you have 4 quads.
Right, got some spare money throw around. Try one of the Flight One revolts. I run that. I run the Cricket FPV board. That thing on multi-shot. Oh my God, dude, it's amazing. Like I can fly that, and then go to my beta, and I'm talking 6S rig. That same frame you got, that Transtech one. That thing used to be a bandit for me. Like I'd get on that thing and more or less hold on and just take the ride. Now since I've been flying the Flight One, I run all default rates. I didn't change nothing, just out the box. And it is like the 6S is like slow to me now. It's like that because everything is so smooth on that thing. It's amazing. It's hard to explain. Like one would have to try it, and I think with your skills, and I think you'd be pinpoint accurate. Not that you're not now, but I'm just saying something to try different. Later down the road.
Yeah.
Have you run against pilots running Flight One yet, or?
I have a lot of friends that run Flight One, but I haven't really come against anyone yet.
Okay.
I think for me, I've already gotten to the point where I feel like Betaflight is reliable.
I hear you, Vampire.
It flies the way that I like.
And so. Right, and the way I seen you fly, and me being in the goggles with you, yes, you have it down pat. And I don't have it as good as you have it. Like you get all the oscillations out of your bird. Like if you fly with him, he is just like his bird is just smooth as butter. But I don't know, something about that Flight One and that multi-shot, because I'm first running on D-Shot. I was running the RDQ, their brand of the D-Shot 1200 ESPs. So I had it on D-Shot. I saw, now taking that it was right out of the box on default settings, and I've done tuned on beta, so it was pretty much right there with my beta rig, and I was like, well, there's really not much difference here. So Plummet FPV that's in the chat here, we talk on Messenger and all that, and he's like, try multi-shot on it once. So I went ahead and flashed my ESCs, put the multi-shot on them. Man, it was like they added some dude in my transmitter that was helping me fly also. It was like that much difference. And then when I went to my beta rig, I thought something was wrong because I want to flip it. It was just like, kind of slow. And I was like, whoa, something's wrong with this. Maybe a motor gone bad or something. And then I realized, no, it's not that. It's because of those rates are so fast on that flight one. I'm getting used to them now. And then my rates that I used to run are just slower, I guess. And I feel that difference.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird how you can feel the difference like that.
I feel like I couldn't personally run or put my rates to more than 500
Okay.
degrees. That's just the way I can't.
And me, I was messing around in the 480 area.
Okay. Mine are 450 right now.
450, right. So, and I liked it. I do like it. Like, so I took mine up to, I think, 520, and it kind of it didn't balance out and get with the flight one. It's still slower. But now it was like yesterday, I flew 6 packs in the flight one on 4S and then flew 1 6S pack on that Transtech frame.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like that thing was kind of like just so slow in the air. I had to like push it to do what in a good way, like it was that locked in. I had to push it to do what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so different. But I mean, I don't get paid nothing by flight one neither. Like I just got the board. Vampire will tell you. One day I was live and he's like, hey, I got that a board if you're, interested in it. I'm like, sure, we'll trade something. We traded some 5S batteries for it. And man, I'm telling you.
Greg asked
it's
how
sweet.
you think that compares to the KISS V2.
Greg, I'm not sure. I will eventually I'll meet up with Chuck. Chuck flies KISS V2. So I would like to be with Chuck. Like if I would have had it on Nubapalooza, it would have been cool because I could have got him to fly it and then tell me the difference. I think that's kind of what people are feeling with the KISS V2 because a lot of them run the multi-shot. And I think that's what the whole thing is. It's what I think it's the 1K running multi-shot. That's what makes it so smooth and the setups like that. So I run KISS V1 with BL Heli ESCs right now. That's smooth. Now, well, it's smooth. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to say it's not smooth. But when I started tuning on beta, and I actually tuned past that, I guess. So when I fly that now, it's kind of like a little loose from side to side. So now I want to learn the tuning of KISS also. So that's what I want to do because I work on quad. So I want to be able to do all the platforms, get them all down packed, stuff like that. Yeah, see, so you're running D-Shot 2400 on your KISS. I know that's smooth because I think that's what Chuck's running. Happy Lux, welcome. Thomas Gertis, welcome. Chris Riley, Ed, love my drones. Who else did I miss here? Sorry guys, run my mouth here. So when you tune right on the filters for the gyro, do you turn all your filtering off? Because if you turn it off, it'll give you that warning. Because they say that the gyro has like built-in filtering, so it kind of like bumps heads. Do you do that or?
I never touched the filtering.
Okay.
But I have all my quads set to Betaflight 3.5.3 or 3.5.7. And
okay.
I haven't had any issues with filtering either of those. So even when I get the new board, instead of keeping it on the 4.0.3 or whatever, I put it back to 3.5.7 because I like it so much. I feel like the Betaflight 4, it just the filtering is really high, and then the stock tune, the D is really high, so my motors get really hot.
Yes.
And then it flies not too bad, but my motors get hot, and then I can start feeling like in the end of my battery, it'll start feeling a little bit weird and stiff.
Yes, I noticed that. Is when 4.0 come out. Well, I had this. Can't see it's up top there. I got Space One Meteor. That's running it. It don't really run that hot, but yeah, I noticed now like Beta 4, it gets motors really extremely hot. I actually go in and turn down the D's and all. I kind of got like a little tuning kind of thing. Josh Withrow helps me figure out tuning and stuff like that. So I kind of got like a little thing that I took off of what he got me or taught me. So now I kind of have like that set up, and I actually tuned my Trans Tech 6S myself, so it flies great, real smooth, no oscillations and stuff. So, but I go in and turn off those filters because they say some said that will warm motors. And then I always go in, like I said, I lower my Ds. My Ds are down in like the 20, I think 27 and like 30.
That I'd never go above 27.
I got you. Okay.
Just because when I'm flying, I push hard and my motors get hot without high D or anything. So with that extra little bit of D, my motors demagnetize because they get so hot.
Wow.
Yeah.
What motors are you running?
I was running the X-Nova 2207 1700 kV, but now I'm running the OAS Hobby 2207 1720 kV, and haven't had any issues with them so far.
Sweet. Have you ever tried the Zing motors yet?
No, I have not.
They are nice, man. I run the 1800s, the 2450, and the 2750s, and they are like 1800s, like relaxing. 2450s, kind of like the getting into a little bit quicker. 2750, you're just straight skating. Things just moving. But
Lehan, can you say something in chat? Ed likes to tag, and
okay.
that way you can see his comments directly to you.
Yeah, let me run down chat.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Chris likes those 70 amp ESCs. Whew. Yes, JD. Lehan flies. His rates are, insane. His quad is moving when he's flying. His camera's in the air when his quad's sitting on the table.
JDS flying Canuck, my rates are really low compared to a lot of people's.
And that's what I tell myself. I was like, I like the slower freestyle. Or like, no, you're not, dude. Your quad is moving. To me and my goggles, it feels slower. But I guess the way you got the quad pitched due to your camera angle, it's really moving fast to what they're seeing. And a lot of it is the GoPro will make things. If you get that perfect angle with that GoPro and your FPV camera matched, it's gonna make it look like you're going a lot faster. Also, because in your goggles, you're not going slow. Don't get me wrong, but it does feel just a bit slower than when you watch the playback on it.
Yeah. Also, funny thing, freestyle for me, I like 10 to 15 degrees camera tilt. I don't like 30 or 40 or whatever a lot of people.
And see, you say that, but when I looked at your quad on the table, your camera was like, let me show you. Yeah, because it was like crazy angle.
I know. I said for freestyle, I like my camera.
For freestyle, okay. I was going to say,
I was about to say, no, I'm running 50, 55, 60 on my.
Ooh, that thing is just straight in the air riding. I remember getting in your goggles, like getting on your channel, and you're just like, it's like, until you take off. And then once you take off, it's like, you're walking across the ground at that point. Quad Farm, what's up? Chris said 2207 motors. I love this little dude. Yeah, Chris, you gotta go check his channel out. I tell you what, he would hand most of us our ass here in this lobby. He is really, really good on the sticks. And that's, even at the track that day, it was just the way we drew straws. Like, I think him and Tito should have been matched up, but
yeah.
And it did at the end of the day. It did, it come down with Tito, but the local, and I gotta get going back up there to Rob and them. I miss doing that, but so at the local track, that's what I call it. Tito, he is a fast pilot, so Lehan.
Until we met Lehan.
Yeah, until we met Lehan, and then Lehan comes along, and which is good. No hating on Tito at all, but it's good, and I'm sure he feels, good about having some competition there because. Face it, at that track, nobody there could give him any competition. Maybe Martin. Did you run against Martin?
I ran against Martin, yeah.
Okay.
I think he got third place at the race that I went to.
Okay, yeah, and Martin, like I said, Martin's good, and but Tito, I think he was definitely better than Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come along, so then it was like, Oh yeah, it's like a boxing match. You know what I mean? But because when you and Tito get on track, you're getting ready to see some crazy racing going down. Because I know you're not going to let him out in front of
Oh
you, but
no,
if you could,
no,
you were just going to do it.
Yeah.
Greg said, where y'all gonna fly in April?
I don't know, Greg. So where we'll have to figure out a spot, like, because I can either come up there. Well, I'll drive up to you, because I'm sure you don't want to drive. You're like probably what's College Park about 2.5 hours away? About 2.5 hours away. College Park is. Ain't that where you said you'll be at? So we'll find something in there at the time. We'll look up some Google Maps. If it's a campus that you're at, we might check out what's there. Campus is usually real fun to fly. Local parks. Baltimore, not CP. Oh, you're going to be in Baltimore. Well, there's that park that I met cricket in, Rosedale Park.
Baltimore's about an hour and a half from me.
Is it?
Yeah,
because you're close to John, and John's like, well, you're close to Philly and everything, pretty much.
pretty much.
Hey, Chris, there's the link to his channel, babe.
Okay. Thank you for dropping that.
Not a problem.
I can drive anywhere. All right. Well, I mean, that's up to you. I mean, if you want to, like I said, we'll figure a spot out. Maybe we'll make it even and meet in the middle or somewhere. I'll scout some spots out or whatever. RC Basher Boy, welcome. I'll pretty much fly anywhere. At this point, I'm confident now. Like I'm like it. I can't wait till the season and Ocean City goes away. All the tourists go away from there because then the condos you can just go down and dive them all day long. They don't even care. So I'm gonna have some really good footage coming up and some good breakage. Sunday, 26:20. Yep. That's what Greggy asked me. I noticed a long way out. Man, before we know it, it'll be there. I didn't even realize it's been that long since Lehan's been on the show. Holy cow. So next April, we'll be here quickly.
Yeah.
And imagine where both our skills will be, how much more we will learn by that time that comes. Be pretty sick.
No problem, Chris.
So I got a build going on Monday. This Monday for sure, guys. On the FPV NoobTube channel, I'm going to be building the Flynoceros Rat Quad. Have you saw that yet, Lehan?
Yeah, I did.
That thing is sick, dude. So I'm going to be building that for RDFPV. And then this morning, I ordered the BFF frame from Flynoceros. That thing is slammed. 10 millimeters of build space.
Perfect.
Yeah, right? That thing is just like, I mean, nothing there.
I'm switching over to 20 by 20 stacks, so that's like plenty.
I got you. A lot of people are doing that too. And that, have you messed with the Mamba, the diatone Mamba stacks?
Not yet.
Man, they are just so. The F7, I don't see the $80 F7 stack because I like. Well, I'm cheap, so I like the. I run the 30 by 30, which is $50, and then you get the 20 by 20, which is like $38. You can't beat them stacks, man. They are nice. I run them in pretty much everything. Anything I build for anybody, they're like, "What stack would you suggest?" Mamba. And I run I run the MK2 30 by 30, and everyone's like, "You can't run that on 6S. The board and all too thin and stuff." And a lot of people say that the capacitors and stuff on there, which it's not much on there. So I put two 1,000 microfarad capacitors on it. I have no problem with it. It runs. I mean, it don't run hot or anything. So I think it's capable of definitely.
I run the Heli Nation F7 with the Gigawatt 35 amp 6S 4-in-1, and then I run a 1,000 microfarad capacitor on there. And I mean,
Gotcha.
I haven't had any issues as of yet on 6S.
Nice.
And I'm like pushing it and over the edge.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're running it. You're running it to its fullest abilities, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, welcome.
Right here in this quad. Let me see if I can get in there.
Oh, check that out. That is cool.
It's a tiny little stack in there. But
are they Azure props?
yeah, these are the Azure props. I don't normally run these, but these were given to me. So
I got you.
I just put them on there.
They're nice. I ran them on my Kiss for a little bit, man. Them things are smooth.
I don't like them.
You don't like them?
No, I don't really like them.
Have you tried the Johnny's yet?
No, I haven't. I really want to try those.
They are great. I tell you where they're really great at, on high kV motors.
Yeah.
Now for Flight 1 on what motors? Oh, 2450, the Zing motors.
Hmm.
It was a little too loose, so I put on some Dow 5046s. Man, it was like I wanted it, messed with the PIDs and dialed it in. That thing is locked. You know, it dialed it right in. It gave it exactly what it needed. But yeah, the Johnnies, dude, I found them to be really great props.
I wanna try some.
Chris said he crashed today and he blames you.
You crashed and you blame me, Chris. All right.
I was trying to do your backwards flying. You're flying backwards and then flip. It didn't work out for him.
Yeah, because you were too low, right, and it smashed her into the ground. That's the first thing I did.
Chris keeps doing all these new tricks, and I want to do it, so I go for it and crash.
Go ahead.
I run the Gem Fan Hurricane 5149 9s.
I heard they were nice props.
Those have been really solid, except they don't run really well on my 2205.5 setup because they're a bit heavy and bulky for such a small motor. But on my 2207 quads, they fly amazing.
Cool beans. Yeah, I heard those Hurricanes are nice props. I was just watching there's a video last night. Somebody was saying something about the Hurricanes. They put them on. They were like real smooth and locked in.
Yeah.
Chris, the backwards thing is, I call it pure luck. You have to memorize what you know your area, like the back of your hand. There's no doubt. So you have to just like think about it and just remember where everything's at and just turn. So I was messing with it. Where'd I go? Oh, to a private school area I've flown a couple days ago, and I was messing with it. I tried to come through a hole in the wall like this, backwards. Dude.
No, there's no way.
Yes, every single time.
But if I would hit that,
like 5 times.
If I would hit that, that would be footage. I come back, because there's nothing really like, now I could go through it and then just come in right back through it. I didn't try it, but I know I could do that. But I'm coming back at it this way, and I just go whoosh, and then try to come backwards through the hole. All you hear is wham! The quad clack, 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 all down the wall.
Then it's like, how far was I? And I'm like, dude, you were like way over here or
She's like, all the way over here. I was like, she goes, you need to go more to this side. So I come in a little bit more and I spin it and I go off like this, right? Wham! She goes, no, you went too far over. I was like, at this time, my Zing motors, man, they were hot to touch. She's like, oh, them motors are hot. I was like, yeah, I'm done trying this for a little bit. Indigo, what's up?
What kV are those Zing motors?
I run 1800s on 6S, 2207, 1850, and I run, or 1800, I mean, and then I run 2450s on my Flight 1 rig, and then I got 2750s on my Rooster.
Okay, because I want to get some 2207 2000 kV for 6S.
I gotcha. So what is the best kV for 6S? I heard 1700, but then also heard what you just said, 2000 also.
I feel like 1850, 1900 kV is great. I feel like the reason I want 2000 kV is because it has more bottom end torque with all that kV, and then I can turn the throttle limit down so that my motors don't explode because they're going too fast.
I gotcha.
So it would basically fly on the top end like a 1800 kV, but then have a lot better low end, like a 2306 motor.
I gotcha. That's like before I never, like, I mean, as I was coming along, you know, people would say, use this prop, use that prop, you know, and I didn't doubt their word, but, you know, it's like coming along, you don't listen, basically, because you run what you got, basically. And so I have been taking time now and then doing more time on prop study and stuff like that. Just, I don't do the videos and all. I just go out to myself and fly and see what I think's different in them. And I've come to the Steel S3s for 6S. Dude, they with the 1800s, they're just like, I mean, really good control. The Johnnies were control, but it was you kind of felt that the Johnny, like the prop needed a little bit more, like it wasn't biting like it should, you know. But I tried yesterday on it, HQ 5.4 or 5x4 .3s. Now them things flew real nice. It was real quiet, real stealthy sounding. Didn't have a real high pitch and whine to it. So it's good to try the different props. Definitely for sure.
I want to get some HQ 5.1 by 4.1 by 3 props because I've heard those are really smooth and really good.
Yes, they
Especially
are.
for success.
Yep. Baduga RC runs them, and I had a couple of pair that I ran, and they come out just that little bit more, and it's close frames. Some of them actually hit Josh. They actually hit his frame. You're click 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 click, like kind of put the card in your bike tire, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes around the track one day, click 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 click, click, and it starts flying smooth. But yeah, they do. I heard that they're really really smooth.
Yeah, like all of the props that I run are 5.1, so they're a little bit longer.
Okay.
I run them even on my sponsored frame. They're it's a 195 millimeter frame, so it's a
Wow.
really small frame, but then it can fit the 5.1 inch blades.
Wow, that is good. So what's the weight of one of your rigs coming in at?
My 2207 rig, with me not really trying to make it light, was 310 grams.
Wow.
And then my 2205.5 setup was around 265, 270 grams with props.
Wow, that's crazy. Dronography, welcome. Birdman, what's up? I said something before earlier. Yeah, it's good to see the difference in like the weight, how you get them down. Me myself, I don't like. Well, I guess racing, obviously, lightness is you got to have the light quad, I guess, to make the battery last longer or whatever.
I mean, I've tried the lighter quads, like the 240, 250 grams, and they're not bad, but they feel so floaty. It's just like
Right.
when I have to go down, then it's like I lose 1 or 2 seconds on a lap, which might not seem like much to a lot of people, but for me, it makes a huge deal. Every half second counts.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just like a quad, every gram you add of weight counts. But yeah, I know what you mean. I'm the same way. So when I fly, I like to when I down my stick, I like the quad to come down with the stick.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I like it because I feel like you're in more control. When you got that floatiness, you got to compensate for that and drop the stick a little bit sooner and stuff.
It takes time and it's.
Yep. You had issues with your Bebop today, Paul? Couldn't update the Sky controller, so no video. That sucks. Indigo City flies 5040 C prop. Oh yeah, them 5040s with 2600s, that's a good bit of power. I like wind dancers. I like the 5152 wind dancers. Them things will grab some air.
I haven't tried the wind dancers.
Oh dude, they're crazy. They come on the Dark Max when we got it. That thing would fight.
I have the Hurricanes, and then what other ones that jump in make? I have the Hulkies and the maybe it was the Wind Dancer. It was the 5149-9.
Oh yeah, 5149. Okay.
I don't remember what it's called, but they weren't bad, but they felt like I was a little bit. I didn't have enough power to get around the track.
Right. Indigo said he likes floaty, but probably because it matches the personality. Yeah, like I said, floaty. When I get on a flying a quad, and I have a couple here that are like that, and it's like that's like when you come to building 3-inches. You know, that's my whole thing with a 3-inch. If the 3-inch, I think here's how I come up to figuring out them little quads like that. Right, it either flies like a 5-inch, or it is so floaty it's really not fun flying. Because when you pull like a power loop with a real floaty quad, I mean, it just kind of it'll go way back. Like you just kind of just touch the throttle and that thing will do it. But the floatiness, I don't know, just the floatiness coming down off the throttle, like you could deal with that. You compensate with that. It sucks. But when you're doing maneuvers and that floatiness is there, then it really starts to get on your nerves and counteract what you're doing.
See, when I'm on a track, I'm like between 75 and 100% throttle around the whole track. So letting off the throttle means losing a lot of speed and momentum, which I already have going. So that takes off a lot especially on tight tracks. I like the extra momentum, but not too much momentum.
Source 1, is that what you run Indigo? 550 grams. That's where I would like. I kind of like them kind of that heavy. I like a heavier quad for sure. Like I don't like I said, the floaty. When I let go of the stick, I just wanted to drop. I mean, I don't want it to drop. Like over excessive drop is like too much, because then you got burn too much battery to stay up. But it's that happy point. When you get to that happy point with them, that's when them things are like on point. And I noticed a lot of frames. I didn't believe that carbon would change the frames. And when I ever first flew the floss frame, I was like, wow. You think, all right, you punch a quad up and look down, you think right out the gate, the quad's just going to drop, because what goes up must come down. It's like those frames kind of, are almost like an aircraft.
It's like a feather.
Yeah, almost like a feather, right? Like even you can put them around 550, 600, and it's the way they are. But then you get like and I had premium frames that dropped real fast, but it's some of them, that carbon that they use. It's just like you wouldn't think carbon would change that much of the game, but it really does.
I really want to build a freestyle quad, but freestyle, I feel like a lot of the components are a lot more expensive. Like the frames are a lot more expensive, for me at least, because most of my frames are like $40-$50. And then I've seen like the freestyle frames that I would want to get are like $70, $80, $90, $100.
Gotcha.
And I don't feel like spending that most of the time.
They're not. I wouldn't say everything's more expensive. I guess it all depends on what frame you want. I'll tell you what I do. I run a lot of clone frames. Man, I beat my Rooster frame. That thing is, it's the Reddy Tosky one. I tell you what, I've hammered that thing more than many times. That thing should already have broken arm or something, and it hasn't. Knock on wood, because I've got to break one tomorrow. But now the Skitsno, I call it the Skitsno. I have the Skitzo, and I have the Nova frame right here, and then right above it is the Skitsno. Now that's a knockoff, clone. That thing, yeah, I fell like 15 feet maybe. I had a GoPro Hero 5 onto it and landed right on that back foot like this, and it just broke, and it broke right at the 2 motor screws. So like the weakest point, and just replaced an arm on it. But yeah, you can get a frames that are decent price for roughly what you're paying for a race frame.
Okay.
Cardoso, welcome, Kenny.
Does anybody know much about the I just want to completely blank, the Martian 3?
Martian 3 frame?
Yeah.
That's the Martian 3, what is that? Is that the one? So basically, the Martian 2 is what, the alien clone?
Yeah.
The Martian 3, is that the reverb one? The reverb clone?
I think it might be the reverb clone.
I have this one. This is the reverb clone. It's got the little 2-piece bottom plate.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the, what's it, right here, I think. Yeah, this is the real reverb. Right? Yeah. That's the Impulse Alien one, or whatever it is. We actually dropped that thing crashed like not that high and broke an arm also. It breaks like right here when it comes down. It'll snap right here.
Yeah.
But I have tons of arms and bottom plates. Chuck at FPV give me a bunch of frame parts for this thing. But I hit a tree with this thing. I was out flying, and it was real smooth and everything. I went to go in between two little trees, and it just bumped the tree, slid down the tree, and then now this motor over here, or no, it's this one, just twitches. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I burnt the ESC or motor. I haven't had luck with T motors. These got them T motor F40s on it,
Mm-hmm.
2700 kbs.
I really want to try those BMS racing motors. They're like, I think he has 22 a 7.5, 2000 kV. That was like the extra juice for 6S.
Gotcha.
I really want to try those, but they're like $29, which I get my motor for like $18. So it's like, am I really willing to spend another $40 extra on top of what I'm already spending?
True. Sleeping Bear, welcome. E-Drone in the house. Best frame ever. Yeah, he loves it. This is the clone though, brother. Reverb. He loves his reverb. He actually has the reverb one. I know, John. We got to get up your way and rip because we get up that way, then Lehan hopefully can come over. All of us get together, have a little fly in. How close are you and John?
Me?
Yeah,
I think I'm like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. So yeah, so you got like a part. Well, I'm sure you guys got places to fly, Bear.
Oh, yeah.
John goes to the same spot that he flies through the railings and bashes his stuff on.
How far away is Ebron from John now?
What's Dover from you guys? What, 45 minutes?
Probably around 40, 45 minutes.
So you guys are about 2 hours from me. So that's not bad. Way I drive, I could probably shave a little off of that.
Like my dad.
Your dad?
I don't know. People have told Chris that he can fly anything, but he can't drive at all.
It's because
Dano loves you.
it's like being on my stick. So I kind of, gotta be fast. Gotta get where you're going. 30 to 35, John says. Cool. So we ought to do that. Get up. Sunday I'm going and flying with some. We ought to try to figure that out when all you guys are free. And like I said, I'll come up that way. Eric's in Dover, so just swing on by, throw him in the car, tie him up and throw him in the car.
Yeah, I gotta brag. Everybody's been mentioning my shirt now. I short napped, but special shout out from Flynoceros. He sent Chris the standoffs and sent the shirt, but lucky for me, it fit me and not him, so I short napped it. There's no point in having a shirt and not wearing it.
Yeah,
It's very comfortable. If you guys, they have them on their website. Very comfortable, soft.
Listen to her trying to sell some shirts for me.
Hey,
I have one. I have one drone shirt right now. So.
Yeah, it is. It is a really nice shirt. I was like, wow, that was awesome of them to send the shirt in with standoffs. Carlos, welcome. Who's the young guy? The young guy is Lehan Vander. Check out his YouTube channel.
The link that I'm putting up in chat is his YouTube channel.
E-Dress, and I'm building my drone shirt inventory. Mike Brooks, welcome.
I need to get Chris some more because he always wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, she always tells me.
He only wears drone shirts now. His closet is full of regular shirts, and he will not wear them.
Got represented.
I'm getting my sponsor's jacket in soon. I don't know yet, but
Nice. Now, where do you go race at with them? Is it local to you, or you?
They're based out of South Africa. I'm the only team pilot in the United States.
I gotcha.
So we're hoping to build a team here, but as of right now, it's just me.
So you just race more or less with Rob and them, and that kind of wherever you race at, it gives you your points, right?
Yeah.
Calculates them. Cool.
My nationals is November 14th, 15th, and 16th, and I'm flying down to Florida for that.
Wow. Cool beans.
I might. He's not watching, so. Yeah, Leon, I do believe your channel numbers might be going up some. The guys could not believe that you did not have more supporters.
Right?
Now,
16
Ed
packs.
wants to know where in Florida, Leon.
I think it's like 2 hours from Orlando.
Cool.
Well, Ed is in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry. Butch,
No.
Roadkill is in Jacksonville, and Ryan D's Nuts. Ed is in St. Augustine. He'll probably slap me for
St.
saying
Augustine. I was gonna say I thought it was something.
Greg's Whirlybird is all the way down on the point of Florida. Drone Worship is in Tampa. So if you're anywhere near any of those areas, you've got people to fly with.
I'll be spending time in Bonita Springs, and then for those 3 days, I'll be going up to wherever the location is and getting in a hotel. But I think Bonita Springs is 2 hours from Tampa, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I think I'm 3 hours from wherever the tip from Miami, which is at the tip of Florida.
You guys are in Florida and you're near Lehan. Subscribe to him, and then get in communication, and you would see a show for sure. You'd be like, wow, that quads can move them fast. Holy cow! How fast do you think your quad is mile per hour going around track?
My 2207's quads are probably around 120, maybe.
Damn.
Depending on the props, I could probably get them to 140.
That is crazy. Wow.
Now, on a track, what's the fastest track time you've done?
On the qualifier, in one lap, at that race, it was 15.9 seconds. But on the simulator, I've gotten down to 12.8, I think.
Wow.
Which I think the record time in real life right now is 10 point something. So I've still got quite a ways to go, but.
And that's who, Vanover?
No, that's Heads Up FPV, Evan Turner.
Gotcha.
But Vanover, I don't even know where he is right now. I don't even know if he's qualified or not.
You're gonna be there, man. You're gonna be that 10-second kid. It's there. Yeah, it is the future of the hobby. Exactly. That's exactly, when I met up with him, and I was like, hey, you want to be on a show and stuff like that. He was just like right with it, because it is. It's the kids. That's where we're at. Well, I say he's not a kid, but anyway. But the younger pilots, are definitely. Because when I asked him before, on the show before, I asked him when you go to a track or go to a meetup or something, people look at the younger ones like different in some way. Sometimes they're the older pilots are, cockier, and then this guy comes out flying, and it's just like, puts a lot of them down, really, like no joke. Yeah. Like that day at the track, I couldn't fly to save my life. The wind was just so crazy there, and I just I was lost. I mean, it was just like that track. That track was tight too, and
it was awesome. It was probably one of my favorite tracks that I've flown.
Right?
I love the tighter the better for me.
Yeah. See, I like when we went to the Nubapalooza thing, and Rob had it opened up. See, now I did good out there then. I was ripping around. Actually, when everybody left, I started doing good on the track at Harrington, but I didn't have no practice time or anything. When I got there, they were like, "The race is starting. Let's go." I was just like. Not that it would have mattered, but anyway.
I didn't really like the first race that I won at Rob's. I did not like that track at all because I was having to push on my throttle because I like to go fast and I like to get through the gates.
Okay.
So I was pushing really hard, and then at the end of the day, one of my motors demagnetized, and it was not fun.
Because it's so open, so much room. I got you.
The last race that I went to and I won was it was a lot tighter track. It was similar to the qualifier track, but it was a lot better.
Now, how often are you going to either qualifiers or races?
Probably on average every month or month and a half. So not often. Because
Gotcha.
I feel like there's not enough races around me.
So you found nothing in your area still, like no besides John. I mean,
I just found that there's a racing club in like Hershey, Pennsylvania,
okay,
and there's racers in Philadelphia, and there's another one in South Maryland. I can't remember the name of it. Um, and then there's that one 2 hours away from me that I went to my qualifier at, which they're really good. They had pizza, sodas, water, and I
wow,
got the $50 prize um, for second place.
sweet
And
pizza.
then I
Would
also,
be there.
yeah. And then they had their endurance race after the qualifier, and everyone had like 2 or 3 quads that they could switch to, and I only had the one quad and the one battery, and I ended up getting first place and
Gotcha.
making another $20.
No, Eric, I don't. No, everybody that signed the hat was there through Nubapalooza. I wish we could have had Lee in there.
Oh, we'll just have to get Lehan to sign it next
Yeah,
time.
he'll sign it when I meet up with him for sure.
Now, Dronography wants to know if you've ever raced with
No, I have not, sadly.
And that's that's the only reason why Nurk is still in first place.
NERP.
No, so I have a friend, Propsicle. He is like, I think he's number 10 in the world on the qualifier, and he beat Nurk on the race that they went to, and then he got third place at this last big race, and he's really been making the leaderboards on almost every big race
Wow.
out there, and he's 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And I got to meet him in New Jersey. I got my goggles from him.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's dronography. That's what we were talking when I was with him. To be on DRL, you have to be what, 18?
Yeah.
You have to be on 18. I think they ought to do a youth thing to me.
I think so too.
Because they are missing. Not that when you guys, well, it might. You might go 2 years from now and something catch your attention, and I don't know. I feel like they're missing a lot of good talent. You know, like I said, because you got an age restriction.
Yeah.
I understand that. I think it's due. I don't know really. Well, I guess why they would do that. I guess because you'd have to have parental guidance. Obviously, you know, your parent there with you.
Yeah.
With your dad, you know, be there, no problem. And that would be cool to see it. Be sitting there watching DRL and you just pop up. Man, that would be epic. Really would.
I wish. I mean, I know DCL, they have a lot of kids, like 9, 10, 11, 15, like whatever.
Gotcha.
But they're all around the world, so those would be really hard to get to. And I would have to be picked out by a drone team.
Okay.
Which, not yet.
That's why I said I think it's the area more or less you're in. If you're in the area, kind of like they're all around you, and that's hard. Like here, there's no one that flies. Like I found Kaz FPD is in here. Actually, he said y'all make me want to do a race. But I've met Wayne and all that. And he's like 20 minutes away from me. Josh is like 45 minutes. Eric's about an hour. But yeah, so
That's because he keeps moving north.
But to find like go to like the park. I mean, Joe is in Princess Anne, so he's about 20 minutes too.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't go to the park here and find nobody flying or anything. You go to like Walmart, they're buying the drones. I mean, you know, toy grade ones, but so you're thinking, well, they're flying them somewheres, but there's nothing around me. So I understand that. Like if you were in an area that was like pilots around all the time, I would think that would help you out so much better too. Go out like every weekend and race. That would really be. But you said you're making a track in your yard?
I built 8 gates, and I've got they're PVC, but then I'm putting fabric on them.
Okay.
I'm going to try every weekend to go somewhere and set them up and invite people out like John. And then there's another guy, David, who's in the Flyby Quad Racing group, who lives like 20 minutes from me. But
No, dronography. He's in Wilmington, Delaware. Right, Wilmington, right?
yeah, Wilmington, North.
Wilmington, Delaware. Yeah, I got a bunch of PVC pipes and all. RDFPV. When he come down, he just left them in my car. He's like, here, just keep them with you. And they're like pop-up cubes. It's like a Horizon Hobby race gate thing. Yeah, a ton of stuff. So if we ever get together, we'll pop all that stuff up.
Oh yeah.
And I could set, I don't know how many gates it is. It's crazy amounts of PVC pipe and all that. Just dust it off. Well, that's good, man, that you're going in the direction that you want to be. I wish it was more. I wish it was more for you, but I think soon you'll be. You just have to catch the right eye. I think.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, because I guess because there's no one around here, because you don't see like the talent you have come along. You really don't. You kids your age are just into different things. They're not wanting to like run a quad 140 mile an hour. That's impressive. 140. Wow. Shoo. I didn't think anything was moving that fast. I thought probably 110 maybe.
I think 110 is the average that I fly it. I almost never go like full throttle for more than like 5 seconds.
I gotcha.
Because I'm too afraid to break my quad.
Going pop. Something's going to pop, huh?
I don't have enough quads for that. Well, now I kind of do, but one of those 4 quads is my brother's. So I don't really have access to it.
Indigo said he was out at the park flying. Some kids were out there flying their Sama. He pops out the source one. They didn't want to fly theirs no more. I know, right? When you're flying a toy grade, when this guy pulls at this thing that's making all this crazy noise and just rips balls. Yeah, I could see them putting their drones away. What's this thing? But they should have did some chasing you, man. That'd been fun. Chris said you're getting too old. You ain't getting too old, man. Look at Love My Drones, Ed, the lunatic. Man, he barely stands up at vertical flying. He got it going on though. Never too old. I'm gonna fly until I can't hold the transmitter no more, and then I'm hopefully see if Crystal can hold it for me. I can just stand there, just move the sticks around.
What fun is that?
Actually, I hear you, Carlos. But, well, Ian, listen to me. I called you Ian the first time too. Lehan.
Hi.
Crystal's going to do her news, and I want to thank you for stopping by. You got anything else you want to add, or?
I don't think so.
Besides, look forward to me
do.
being on DRL.
Check him out, because when this kid is extremely famous, we can say, you saw him here first.
Exactly.
So, believe me, this kid is up and coming, and the sky is the limit, Lehan. I love watching you progress. So, thank you so much for hanging out with us again.
Indeed. And you're welcome back anytime, man. Just let me know, and we'll shoot you a link.
Yep.
Love seeing the progression. I'm going to get you one day on the track. I'll loosen your prop nuts or something.
That won't stop me.
Yeah, I know, right? You got there, tighten it down and still catch me. All right, we appreciate you stopping by.
See you next time.
Yep, see ya. Have a good one. Keep that progression going, brother.
Bye.
Bye. Leave his nuts alone. Shoot, dude, you'd be amazed, dude.
No, I'm dead.
One eye and one stick, and he would beat most of us.
Let me tell you, the guy Tito that we talk about all the time,
is
Tito
really
is
good.
Late 30s, early 40s, and I mean, he's a boss.
Fly. Yes.
He can fly anything he puts his hands on. And one day, like Chris said, we were at a fly-in, and Lehan was there. And this was the group of guys that we've been flying with. So, it was like, And as soon as he took off, it was like, oh my God. And poor Chris ended up drawing the straw to fly against Lehan.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, it didn't go well. But they both had a connection, you know, and the next thing you know, they're off talking drones and comparing notes and checking things out, and the friendship just kind of went from there. So it's really cool to know.
And
we actually know this kid.
And Tito come up to me as soon as I got there to the race that day. He's like, "I got some competition, brother." I was like, "Uh-oh." I was looking, you know, there was another guy down there. I was like, "This guy?" He's like, "No, the kid." And I was like, "Whoa." I was like, "I gotta see this," because I know how Tito could fly. That's awesome, though. We're gonna see him. Keep watching your ESPN. You're gonna see him on there.
He just has to hit the legal age, or they have to change their rules.
Right.
But keep your eyes open, because this kid is up and coming.
Can somebody get him a fake ID?
Exactly, like Carlos said. Remember us little people down here.
Yeah, well, he was here before Carlos. 3 months ago, I think he said it was.
Mm-hmm.
We had him on before, and he showed, you know, he had like one quad, box goggles. So now he's sponsored up.
Yeah,
you know,
it was right after
4
we
quads,
actually met him.
Fat Sharks, doing really good. So.
And this young man, 13 years old, is building his own. So that's another step for him.
See ya. Be good, brother. Yeah, and builds his own, tunes his own. I mean, it's not like he's flying somebody else's stuff, you know, out there doing his own stuff. So you got to respect that. And that's cool as shit. I mean, to be able to do that. I know what it takes. Because like I said, when I was his age, I don't know. Well, I was into dirt bikes and all, but I was into a lot of other things. And I just think it's cool that he's putting his mind there and he actually is progressing. So we'll see. One day.
And you already had him because you were at the first show that he was on.
Yes,
Ed, so you
exactly.
Got him then.
Yeah, you picked him up then, Ed. Plus you have 2. Yeah, I remember. If you guys don't know, you got any videos on your channel that Birdman? Birdman used to run RC cars and trucks, quarter mile them, or well, 1/8 mile them rather, but you know, on the track. But yeah, he used to have some bad cars. All right, Chris, be good. Keep flying, bro. Never too old. Remember, just go easy on the tricks. It takes me a long time before to do it when you gotta see some footy.
Well,
I may have broken some stuff by then.
I remember Chris trying to talk you into Ride the Lightning, and that didn't turn out so well. So, I mean,
yeah,
hey, flying backwards, Chris, it's payback, babe.
Crazy J, FPV, welcome.
Right?
One hell of a fleet.
It's one hell of a fleet. That's one way to look at it.
Appreciate that.
It's a fleet.
But yeah, that's cool. Mike used to share some videos with me where you see him out there standing down, boy. He's like this, leaning down on that transmitter, waiting for that light to go down, and then he just hit that truck. Nice footy. Yeah, imagine if YouTube and all was around then, Mike. You know what I mean? With all the cameras and stuff you have now, like the stuff you could film, that would just be cool.
Oh, interesting.
What?
Crazy J is in Maryland.
Oh, wow. What part of Maryland?
Wildwood Park.
Wildwood? Oh, Wildwood, Maryland. Are you familiar with Ocean City, Maryland? We're right outside of there. Wildwood. I've heard of Wildwood.
Dorsey Park.
Dorsey Park. No. 2000. Drag racing in 03, 06. Wow. It's about 4 hours away. I got you. Well, if you're ever down this way, hit me up, man. We do some flying together. I meet up with people all the time.
He's in Southern now.
Southern, okay.
And we're on the poor little peninsula of the Eastern Shore.
You know, I think when I watched one of your videos, I thought, I don't know if it was your video. I saw somebody's video that they land near their truck, and I thought the tag was a Maryland tag. I'm always looking for that. Like when people land by their vehicles, I'm looking what tag it is to see what state they're in, and I'm always looking for that MD. I'll be droned. What up? So we set the date. I'm gonna be going to see Dano on August 25th.
Yep.
Gonna ride down and spend a day with him. Rip his park. I'm gonna rip his backyard. Oh, it's gonna be a blast. You ready to get your news done? What?
Got it.
All right, guys, it's time for Crystal for the news. So we'll let her get it in. See what she's got today. You still got your stuff, Mike, wouldn't it? That would be cool, dude. Go back to the track, start whooping them boys. Oh, I'm getting old myself. That's cool. Never going fly.
Well, I mean, obviously, you're already planning on me holding the transmitter and you playing with the sticks. Whatever.
News.
Thank you, Greg, as always. So, in drone news this week, Parrot is retiring its mini drones to focus on its Anafi quadcopter. Competitively priced mini drones such as Parrot Swing and Mambo devices offer budget-conscious buyers an easy way to dip their toes into the world of quadcopters before deciding whether or not to move on up to a pricier, more sophisticated machine such as one of the DJI Mavic drones. But the French company confirmed to Digital Trends this week that it's retiring its mini drones to focus instead on developing its more advanced Anafi quadcopter for the commercial and consumer markets. Tech site Wirecutter learned in recent days that Parrot is ending sales of its mini drones, with The Verge receiving additional confirmation from the company that it has already stopped the production and development of any drone but the Anafi and its variations. Competing with DJI is tough going for competitors such as Parrot, with the Chinese company enjoying 74% share of the market, according to the 2018 Drone Market Sector Report by Skylogic Research. The figure sounds even more impressive when you consider that the second-place company, Unique, only has 8% of the market, with Parrot further down the list with a mere 1%. Parrot has been developing its commercial drone business for a while now, with the advanced Anafi machine garnering some of its positive attention since its launch in 2018. For example, the Anafi almost certainly helped it to win a contract with the U.S. Department of Defense in May of 2019 that will see Parrot, along with 5 other companies, develop small, short-range reconnaissance aircraft for use by soldiers on the battlefield. An $11 million fund will be shared among the selected companies to help them prototype their own individual drone designs aimed at giving soldiers greater situational awareness on a battlefield. It seems that Parrot will base the design of the Department of Defense machine on that of the Anafi. The quadcopter offers 4K video and 21 megapixel stills, can fly for 25 minutes on a single charge, and has a range of more than 2 miles. It weighs only 0.71 pounds and can fold away into a small case for easy transportation. The company recently released a version sporting a thermal imaging camera, a feature that would certainly come in handy on the battlefield. Parrot's low-priced mini drones are about to disappear from view. But there are still plenty of alternatives if you're looking to buy your very first device and want to start out with a basic model. So guys, more or less, if you wanted a Swing, or you wanted a Mambo, or a Mamba, because they do have both, you better get them now. They are no longer producing anything in that line. So, and as we have heard from several of our friends that already have the Anafi, it is a very nice drone. So, a little pricier, but still a great camera drone. In other news, the FAA makes it easy for drone hobbyists to fly in quote unquote controlled airspaces. Remember, quote unquote controlled airspaces. There are a difference. It's now much easier to ask for permission to fly drones in controlled airspaces, even if you're only doing it for fun. The FAA is giving recreational drone pilots access to the Low Altitude Authorization and Notification Capability, the LAANC system, the result of its collaboration with the industry that automates the application and approval for airspace authorizations. In the past, you've had to obtain permission from the FAA as a hobbyist, the slow way, if you wanted to fly near airports or other controlled locations. This update means you can now get near instant permission from the agency. As DJI notes, this will give you quick access to around 600 airports' airspace so long as you intend to fly at 400 feet and below. The LAANC system can identify controlled airspace and grant immediate approvals once you choose the area you want to fly in. It will then provide that information to the FAA's air traffic control facilities. While the FAA has several publicly available LAANC service providers, DJI is recommending Kitty Hawk, which provides free access to it through its app. By giving people free and easy access to the system, the company is hoping to encourage hobbyists to consider professional opportunities with the drones. Kitty Hawk founder said in a statement, the American drone industry needs a strong supply of drone innovators, entrepreneurs, and hands-on pilots to continue its rapid growth. Drones are helping businesses, nonprofits, governments, and researchers do their work better, faster, safer, and cheaper. And accelerating those benefits require the steady pipeline of talented drone enthusiasts like us who turn their recreational curiosity into a profession. Giving recreational drone pilots a free and easy way to access the nation's controlled airspace is a way to help ensure America achieves all the benefits that drones can offer. Guys, remember I said controlled airspaces. So if you are actually wanting to fly within that 5 miles of an airport, you now have an easier access to get permission. And believe it or not, depending on where you are in that 5 miles, you'll probably be very surprised that they say you go ahead. Just keep it underneath the 400 feet. So things are opening up for us. And you're right, drone enthusiast. But hey, isn't that like everybody's dream? To actually be paid to do what you really love. And with the experience that you guys have as drone enthusiasts and the technology that keeps advancing, that's a very good possibility. It's an amazing possibility if you think about it. And in other news, like the FAA said, and like I quoted, the opportunities for working with drones are there. Drones do deadly work, so you don't have to. Here's a job any worker would be happy to pass off to a drone. Imagine crawling down a ladder into vast darkness of a 20-story high storage tank filled with the toxic chemical fumes to spend hours searching for corrosion. Come on, y'all tell me now, how many of you guys would want that type of job? More than 1,000 U.S. laborers have been killed working in confined spaces like that in just the past decade. One of them was a 43-year-old Clinton Miller, an Asco Noble, Nevada employee who passed out after entering a tank to retrieve a piece of trash at a North Carolina chemical plant last year. Oxygen levels were found to be just 11% inside that structure, according to the federal incident report. Enter the ever more capable drone. Companies including Dow Incorporated, AT&T Incorporated, BASF SE, and Royal Dutch Shell, that's a mouthful, Royal Dutch Shell PLC have begun assembling fleets of flying automons to take over their most dangerous jobs. Ascending several hundred feet in the air to inspect tanks and towers, squeezing through claustrophobic tunnels to replace a faulty part, or peering into the maw of a flame-belching smokestack are all jobs that robots are being designed to do. Robots? Not exactly. Drones? For sure. We look at these tasks and say, is there a better way that we can do this without exposing the worker to that risk? The answer is yes. We can send a drone in. Drones now fly every day at the Freeport plant, keeping workers off scaffolding and out of tanks. For all the talk of automation and robotics replacing human labor, the new uses of drones show how technology can cut costs for companies while dramatically reducing a risk and even saving lives. They also show why businesses are pressing hard in Washington for the ability to use drones in more situations. Inspections of gas flares at Shell's refinery used to take days. Now, it's easy. No more having to climb up on several hundred feet high scaffoldings to check the top of the stack. Now drones are completing the inspection of still burning flares in a few hours without a worker ever leaving the ground. In 2017, 166 U.S. workers died in confined spaces, but that number pales when compared by the 887 killed by falls, the second biggest cause of workplace deaths after car accidents. AT&T has invested in a larger fleet of drones to help inspect its 6,500,000 cell towers in the U.S. Think about that one now. Which can rise as high as 1,000 feet. Working on them is especially perilous. Tower climbers fall to their death nearly 10 times the rate of construction workers. The telecom giant has used drones to eliminate 5,000 tower climbs in the past 18 months. With high-powered cameras attached, increasingly agile drones operated by an earth-bound human can soar to the top of a tower in moments, float along the steel frames, and zoom in for close-up inspections. Drones send the image so detailed to the workers on the ground that they can count the threads on a bolt, said Pat Dempsey, who actually oversees telecommunications maintenance on a power utility, PSEG Incorporated. The fact that you don't have to make a person climb that tower from a safety standpoint is a game changer. Federal safety regulators are still reviewing the 2018 incident that killed that employee. The company has declined to comment. Even with precautions including safety gear, air monitoring, and rescue workers on standby, things can still go wrong with so-called confined space entries by people. The scale of some of those tanks is massive, comparable to a 2-inch tall person crawling into a household water heater. Think about that. They shrink you down to 2 inches and you climb inside of an actual water heater that's in your house. Not the tankless kind, but the kind with the tank. No, thank you. I'll send a drone. That kind of entry is one of the most potentially hazardous activities that we can do. The company's goal is to reduce the number of human entries into such confined spaces to 0 by 2025. That would require developing drones that conduct repairs and other tasks rather than just broadcast video. Technology is speeding in that direction. The average commercial drone costs about $25,000. But as requirements become more specialized, that price can rise as high as $250,000. I get asked by companies almost every week if we can do something that I've never thought about doing with a drone, said Ed Hine, Vice President of Operations at Precision Hawk Incorporated, another drone company. Applex, a commercial drone startup in Jacksonville, Florida, is designing drones to paint multi-story buildings and industrial structures, a job that now requires workers to be elevated in bucket lifts or scaffolding. Nobody wants to be on top of a 200-foot man lift in 98-degree southern heat painting an industrial structure. It just doesn't happen. Good night, Wayne. Thanks for joining us, babe.
Night, Wayne. See you on Sunday, bro.
Replacing humans can get complicated. The drones must be tethered to a paint source on the ground. Batteries must be periodically recharged, and windy conditions can blow paint off target. But they predict within 5 years, drones will allow a 2-man ground-based crew to paint the exterior of a Walmart in 4 hours instead of several days.
I'm going to film that when that happens right here.
The number of commercial drones registered with the FAA exploded in 2018 to 277,000. Though that's still enough to do only a small fraction of the industry's dangerous jobs. Regulations that restrict how far, how high, where drones can fly are expected to be loosened within the next few years, leading to a wider commercial adoption. The FAA estimates commercial drones could triple by 2023, and the possibilities only increasing every day with technology increasing. You know, I told you guys, just like that article says, in the next few years, all these new laws, instead of calling them guidelines for us, are going to be loosened up. It's just right now, they wanted to come down hard, so they changed the wording of guidelines to laws so that
Everyone
they could.
can panic.
No, it's not to increase the panic. It's just that way they can punish you if they find you breaking them. They couldn't punish you when they called it a guideline. But like I said, guys, wouldn't it be wonderful to get paid for what you really love to do anyway? Just to fly a drone and get paid.
Next, they'll be at the racetrack, radar and drones on their feeding.
Right? Well, actually, y'all are talking about Amazon, but I also read another article that UPS has gotten approval to do some drone deliveries. Right now they're making the blood and medical supply deliveries to hospitals and things. But who knows? Maybe one day in the very near future, your next day air packages will actually be delivered in the air via drone and on time. Who knows? Technology's there. I mean, or is coming. Just got to loosen up on some of these new laws a little bit. And when they loosen them up for the commercial people, they're also loosening them up for us. Just remember that. Now, who wants to fly this weekend?
Me.
You always want to fly. I think all these guys always want to fly too. I don't think it's just a weekend type thing for any of these guys. I think it's a every chance I get, I'm gonna fly.
Why is my motor not working?
So if Mother Nature cuts you a break, like she has us lately, and it's not super, super, super duper hot or raining, or if it is raining and you've got the conformal coating, get outside, get that transmitter in your hand, put those goggles on, don't put those goggles on, it doesn't matter. As long as that transmitter's in your hand, you got a big old smile on your face and you're enjoying our hobby, that's what matters.
Or driving.
What do you mean last weekend was too hot? Chris was out flying last weekend. It was like 100 degrees outside.
A vampire got a ground quad now. We'll meet up.
That's not a quad.
Yeah, it's called a ground quad, they call it. Yeah. Little thing's a beast.
It doesn't fly. Quads fly.
This flies. Trust me. It flies. It just stays on the ground.
I don't know.
It's got little tires on it. Now I gotta put my bigger tires back on. Nothing will stop it on those larger tires.
Right? Liam was out racing last weekend. It was deadly hot, but he did it. Guys, if it is extremely hot,
yes, it's Sunday. Was hot, the hottest day I
then
do
make
believe.
sure you stay hydrated. Take
And
your
fun,
water with
yeah.
you, and make sure you're looking out for yourself as well. Don't get out there and just have fun and not think, oh man, it's hotter than hell, I'm melting.
And you're going to meet up with people, take a cooler and throw some extra bottles of water in there. That's what I like to do.
Is John older than you?
RC Bun?
No. Vampire.
Oh, John?
Yeah, he said us old people can't handle that.
I think, yeah. I'm 46, so I think John, yeah. We're not about the same age.
I don't know. Your drone's made out of balsa wood and powered by a rubber band. It doesn't matter, babe. As long as you have fun, that's what matters.
Hey, Birdman, funny, right? So I'm flying the other day at the park.
Yeah, see, he's 42, and yes, he's 46.
Yeah. Look, hey, Birdman, I'm flying at the park, right? I could go
Later, Dano. Love you, babe.
Later, Dano. I see a white S10. I go down the road with it. I come up on the road with it, and it reminded me of you. So in my video, that's what I'm gonna put. Birdman ? And then it was going down the road. It made a left and went out on the road. I went all the way down, and I went all the way, followed around the road. And as it was getting out of sight, I went like this, tilted the wings, and come back around.
Tell them, Ed, they don't know shit about hot. Last weekend was not hot. I mean,
yeah, y'all do make me feel.
It was hotter down there. I know it was. And you have the same type of heat we have, so I don't want to hear it.
Carlos is older than me. Ed's older than me. I do know that. Dano is older than me.
Then you should listen to Dano when he tells you to slow the hell down.
I do.
Not.
I listen. I just don't hear him well.
No, you hear him, you don't listen.
Oh, so it is?
Uh-huh.
Why is my printer not working?
I don't know about that, Carlos. I don't think drone deliveries will put humans out of work. I can say that if they actually would have a next day air delivery of, say, a letter size package delivered by a drone, I'd be extremely happy. Because my next day air packages are supposed to be guaranteed here by 10:30 a.m.
Never.
And I never get my package when I'm supposed to. I mean, I'm to the point of being on a first name basis with our local UPS office. So, yeah, I mean, and I'm literally 15 minutes away from the UPS hub. So, I mean, they could drone deliver my package at least.
All right, you gonna do it this time?
Mike, you are not older than everybody in here combined.
Yeah, Mike Brooks. Yeah, don't let me forget about him. He's old too.
No. Look at you, making 45 hours this week. See?
No, it's not cranking.
You pocketed it. Why don't you just replace it?
I did just replace the motor. It's still not going.
No, I mean the entire thing.
Oh, it's just going to be the motor that feeds it. The motor feeds the filament, that's all.
Ay, ay, ay. If it's not one thing, it's 5 more.
That's all right. We have 2 furnace for. I'll get it. I'll figure it out.
Well, Birdman, they can't get on you about the overtime if they actually want all the work done. There is not enough time in a work week to get everything that is always needed done without a little bit of overtime.
OT.
Right, Ed? Until they have a drone the size of a postal truck, then humans are still going to be in the mix.
Right?
Eric the Red, welcome, my dear. How are you?
Eric, welcome, brother.
He said, funny, I just came on and heard UPS. No, apparently, I was reading an article. UPS has now gotten approval to do some drone deliveries of, like blood and medical supplies, faster to the hospital.
No,
So
he's talking about you bitching about UPS.
no, I just said I would prefer if they could get my next day air packages delivered by drone. It'd be a whole lot faster.
Yeah, our guy here,
I would love to have some of the UPS drivers that I hear about on here. I keep threatening to move Kenny down here from Canada. Here you go. You just transfer. I mean, no problem.
Eric also. Eric is Brown also. Brown. We need those packages.
What's overtime, Vampire? Overtime for me is anything over 40. Well, technically over 80 now. It's been what? 3-4 months since we switched to every 2 weeks, and I'm still not used to it.
I'm thinking I'm finding in the spool there's flaws. And when it hits that flaw, it won't ride that through my machine.
Oh, boy.
But I only feel it I feel it right here.
Oh, Ed, overtime for you is anything over 30. How did you get to knock out that extra 10? Yeah, it does. Well, look, for 12 years I was paid every week, and then we were bought by another company, and we switched to every 2 weeks, and it's like, whoa, huh? Oh, salary. Salary can be good in some ways, and salary can suck in others. Right? Glad the heat wave has broken. 110-degree heat index was brutal.
It was brutal.
And I mean, going out at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and it's still 100 degrees outside. It's like, what is wrong, Mother Nature? Come on and cut us a break. This week, well, the last 2 days for us, I've gone to work, and it's been like 60 degrees in the morning, and I'm like, okay, shorts, and I'm turning the heat on my feet in the car. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. Then you come out in the afternoon, and it's warmed up some, so yeah, I can do that. Right, Carlos? They would have to negotiate all the trees by me. That'd just be my luck. My next day air letter would be stuck up in a pine tree like
right
80 feet up in the air and delivered.
That would be
bullshit.
Look, that would be the perfect excuse when you called in. Where's my package, ma'am? Your package is like 2 miles from your house, stuck in a tree. I would die laughing. I'd be like, can you tell us the location? I gotta film this. That would be hilarious. And Hudson makes it. We know what's happening.
Leave the Hubson alone. There's nothing wrong with Hubson.
So you say.
So I say. That's right.
Yeah, see, this almost gets a flaw. Look.
got like
It's almost
bubbly
like a
pieces in it.
flaw into the.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, he's printing some new drone pieces.
Yep, some mounts.
Good night, Lehan. Thank you so much for joining us, my dear. And
Night,
like I
Lehan.
said, I can't wait to see more progress. I have loved watching you come as far as quickly as you have, just from the time that we met you. Well, I mean, you think about it. In some of the the article that I was reading, I wouldn't want to climb 20 stories down in a storage container that's been holding chemical fumes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you probably have a mask and you probably have gloves, but think about it this way.
You probably have stuff growing on you afterwards.
Well, no, think of it this way. Was that mask just bought? Has it been used 1,000 times? Has the chemical started to break down said mask? There's so many different layers. You know,
And you know how companies are nowadays. Oh yeah, we updated our masks. And that thing ain't been updated forever.
Eric said he's very impressed with your flying and help in this community.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I try, man.
Ha ha, see, Ed, I told you. He said, I have a Hubson now, laughed out loud. I never would have bought it, but I like it okay. Ain't no race freestyle bird, though. No, it's not. It's a totally different class, but they're not that bad. The only bad part that I've seen, and the only thing I can really complain about, is the damn Hubson dance.
Hey, Ed, the good thing is you're in Florida, so it's closer to China.
Oh, stop! Stop it, stop it,
All right.
stop it.
Let's see if we've figured it out here.
If not, you will.
Yeah, no. Trenton hasn't kicked me in the balls here lately, so it's about time it make me learn something. I like learning something after a while anyway, so I was getting too good at it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I've told you guys all along. We are all learning. We are all still noobs, no matter how long you've flown. I don't care if you have a 107 and you fly every single day. You're still have the capability to learn something
Still, I know.
in regards to a quadcopter easily, because technology is constantly advancing. They're coming out with new and better parts.
All right,
Just like Lehan was telling us about frames that he is sponsored by. So,
and I'll end up buying one in frames too, just because he's sponsored by him, and I know it helps, out. They look cool little frames. Looks like something I could break.
to be honest with you, Sleeping Bear, I'm not totally sure. I don't know if you could go on your local job search and look up drone operator, quadcopter operator. I'm honestly not really sure.
If you have a 107s and you're looking for work, you basically there's places on Facebook that are always looking for pilots. You want to hit your real estate people around your area. You want to hit home builders, things like that, and try to pick it up. Night train. Sorry I missed your live last night, bro. I was going to join in, but we went to the park. You'll see on the channel or in the chat, I posted mad pictures of the park. So I think we're good. I got it printing again. Having trouble with mine too,
Now,
Mike.
come on, Mike. Hubsons are pre-programmed to fly back to China so they can sell them again. Then how do I have that many of them sitting over there? They haven't flown home.
Mike, I had not break points, but almost chew marks in my PLA. Kind of I guess when they made it and rolled it together, it might have had a part where it chapped to the other one.
Chris just doesn't want to tell you he was chewing on it himself.
I ain't going to roll all of it, but hopefully I'll find another flaw. Hopefully I didn't, rather. Glad of that.
Oh, I bet it has been too hot with a broken AC. That's insane. 110-degree heat index, broken AC, but now you're back in your man cave and tinkering with your RC stuff again, so I know you got a big old smile on your face.
Oh, Eric. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I still tell people to this day, dude, about your channel. About if they want to see some epic flying through the lights at night, your channel. Shooting, freaking everyone talks about Roman candles coming from the quad. I'm like, no, you got to go check Eric the Red RC. Does that shit. Catches the bushes on fire at his house. That was epic. Check his channel out, guys. Trust me. Good stuff there. He's actually the one that I fell in love with the wizard over.
Now, Night Train says, can't decide. T-Motors or Brother Hobby?
Wow, jeez. You picked two of the...
Zings!
That would be nice. Zings, bro. Zings, bro. Do zings. I haven't had no luck with T-Motors. I have, right here. These are the T-Motor Rotor X little motors. They didn't want to function on the ESC. Then I have T-Motors here, the F40s. Like I said, I just bumped the tree and then one started twitching out and all that. I haven't had luck. Now, Brother Hobbies, the bearings, when it comes to Brother Hobbies, they make a nice casing and all, but their bearings just seem to not be there as far as value. Zing motors now, they're on point. They got the E motors. You get them for either 56 a set or 59 a set, considering what stator you're looking for. And you can get the premium set for around 80.
Ed said, if it can survive a Mad Dog test, yep, it's a good frame. Yeah, he does get a little brutal with his
at times, I mean, I just
babies.
break everything. Yeah,
It seems like he goes through phases with frames.
Carlos is doing great on learning. He's picking it up pretty quick. You need him for a 3-inch, Mike. Oh, well, yeah, I would probably do Brother Hobbies then for the 3-inch.
Later, Sleeping Bear. Thanks for hanging out.
I got these Brother Hobbies, Mike. The ones like you sent Jim, remember? Yes, now these are nice. The bearings and all stay nice. And I'm talking about the Brother Hobby Deadpools. Dude, Ryan put them on his quad and flown it like twice. The one bearing started making noise. We swapped them out. I had them set here. I was like, man, I'm putting on my Hawk 5 when I crashed my Hawk 5. I run it. It makes a little clicking noise, but it's not bad. But their motors like that, the bearings, they're starting to fall off on.
Eric, you don't have to apologize. You know, sometimes you just have to take time off. And sometimes life gets in the way. And you don't always get to fly or do different things with your hobby.
You're welcome, Eric. No problem, brother. Anytime. Like I said, I loved your channel, man. With the not that I don't like it now, but I gotta get over there. But dude, the Roman candle stuff is just epic. Alien Wars, I love
Oh my God.
Me
This
and,
fool was sitting in here, no crap.
Used to sit back and watch
This fool was sitting in here and late at night, and you would hear him just crack up. And I'd come down the hall, and I'm like, "What are you watching now?"
Volume crank way up here.
Yeah, that's all you're hearing, and I'm like, "What the hell are you watching?" And I come around the corner, and there you are shooting off Roman candles with a quad, and I'm like, oh, hell no, don't get any ideas.
Yeah, because I'm like, right out the gate, I'm like,
he's like, yeah. I want to do this. And I'm like, hell no, don't get any ideas.
We all talk about it when we get together flying. We're like, man, we should. And Josh has all the epic fireworks. Like, I should bring some Roman candles. I'm like, you guys have no idea. That was hilarious, dude. I loved when you caught the bushes on fire. That was like, you see, when this starts. I'm like, what? It's awesome today to have property to do that, too. I did that here. Oh man, we have the police, the state police, the.
Well, Mike, I guess I'm gonna have to leave it in shelf mode just so that I know that I haven't hit that certain amount of flights. He said it does it after a certain amount of flights. I'm not sure how much I flew that, so, and I'm not
Mike,
sure how much flew that.
You
so.
See my I don't even know the name of that thing no more. What's it? The 501 SS? Yeah. You see that thing just hangs there. But I replaced the pigtails in my transmitter. Now, before those were replaced, it did act wonky. It did act crazy. But once I replaced that, it flies okay. But that's about where its resting point is. Probably, I may fly it if they had like a Hubson day or something. All right, so we're back printing. That's good. I got one more print to make for Squish, and then I got to print Plum, and I'm print Mike some things. So I was like, don't go down now. But if it did, I would just move down to the bottom print.
It's been kind of quiet. Now he hasn't been printing lately.
Yeah, because well, earlier I was sitting here and I was working on a quad back here. I'm doing a this is called a pucket. Not what y'all think. Well, it's actually it's pronounced fucket, but it's pucket like
It's
that.
PH.
Yeah,
And you all know how PH is supposed to be pronounced.
pucket. But I'm doing that for Ryan. It had an HDLRC stack into it, so we're putting the Diatone Mamba F7 into it. So it's gonna be a little beast when it's done.
You're right, Birdman. Acro is badass. That little sucker keeps running around and he's like, what the hell?
Yes, dude. I try to tell everybody that if you're still in Horizon, you're missing so much. Put it in Acro and just have a blast.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh,
RC Wars,
sweet.
baby. I love the what was it? The zombie car dude you had. Holy shit, that thing was mean. I got this here. It's the E-Revo 1/18 scale. I FPV'd it the other day, and it's got the suspension on it's real soft. So you know how that is with an RC car, tumble all the time on turns and stuff. But this little thing's a beast. It's got the Castle Mamba Sidewinder motor into it, a 1/10 scale motor and all into it. Like it's the whole top of it's nothing but motor.
I think you're right, Ed. I really do. I think there is a place in Vietnam or Korea or somewhere in that vicinity with that name.
So this motor's still good then. I mean, it feels better, I think.
It squeaks.
For this one?
You can't hear that high-pitched squeak? No, that's not that. And if Rusty heard it, I'm definitely taking you to get your hearing checked.
Oh, that little bit
No,
like that?
don't. Stop. That's irritating. Give me this.
That's
Stop.
not me turning it. It's this one. You're hearing.
No.
Turn the motor.
No.
It doesn't make a squeak sound. I don't know what you're smoking, but
Yeah, I hear you.
this one makes like a.
No, I'm
Preach.
used to those. That's the normal noise.
I don't think the cooling fan's actually working, or it's just not
Did you not plug it in?
It's probably still laying the whatever they call it, the chrome. It looks like it's printing now. It's like
The
it's
life
laying
with
down
3D
pretty good.
printers.
Mine, I got the A8s, and they usually run pretty smooth. But what happened was, somewhere the line got kind of jacked up, and you know that the tolerances in there is just enough for this. It just a wheel pressed against this and rolled, and that's what pulled it. And it was flat on that one side, just enough that it wouldn't pull itself through. Right, Mike? So when I'm 50, I'll be like, which would be good because this thing makes a bunch of noise.
So that means by the time he hits 50, I have to be right in his ear.
Yeah.
He's got selective hearing now.
What'd you say?
No, you still have to mention drone first, and then you get his full attention. And you can't say anything about
Cool,
that
Mike.
because you proved that to me tonight.
Let me show Mike them batteries. Let me show you the batteries I got, bro.
Now, Ed, you know that's not true. You get a lot less of everything when you get
Here,
older.
you're sitting there. We'll let you show him. Show Birdman those batteries. I told him when I send back the quad, I'm going to just send them back. You can do something with them, give them away or something. If you can't use them.
Those, Birdman?
Yeah, but show him how many there are. There's tons of them. Batteries for days. Like 3 boxes. And they're like packed.
There's 4 in that box. Does this got batteries in it, too?
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
That thing's packed. whole brick of batteries.
There's those. You lose your taste buds too. There's those.
Lose your taste buds. Dang. Anything you don't lose? Huckleberry FPV. What's up, brother? Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, Mike, I can't wait till you send that in. That's going to be fun to mess with. I'm going to fly that thing the way it is. And what do you fly with? A Fly Sky? Do you fly? Is it a Fly Sky in there, or is it a QX or a FR Sky receiver? It doesn't matter. I have both radios.
I think we ought to just wait and experience this for ourselves. And, you know, everybody's different. You might not lose everything.
Might not.
I'm not so sure I
Here's
want to
the
be
batteries.
spooked by old age.
Charging my packs up for Sunday going out.
Hey, little Adam. It's okay.
Chris, I was late. Hey, buddy, what's up?
You missed a friend of ours. He was on earlier. He's 13 and he flies amazingly.
I'll get them batteries, Russell, because the ones next to the charger, they're actually charged batteries. I went there and seen the one. I was like, whoa.
Straight from work, straight into the man cave. Haven't even been in the house yet. Well,
You got a
thanks
nice
for
man
joining
cave,
us,
too.
Eric. You might want to hop in the house and say hey to everybody before they think somebody kidnapped you.
Appreciate you stopping by, bro. Hey, I see any shit's starting to put videos back out. He put one out, I think, what was it, a couple weeks ago. He's getting back on doing that again. I remember when we all used to hang out together, more or less chat back and forth. I was told by Ed. What did he say? I was told by Ed.
I was told by Edge FPV he flies his 3-inch on 1550 for us.
Dang, 1550.
Mars, welcome, babe.
Mars, good day, brother. Yeah, Mars, you know, we have to get up with you and get the Addy for this. I know it's late. We're always late sending stuff out. My shipping department's terrible. I gotta get on them.
Oh, bullshit!
Them little Chinese kids are just not doing it. You have to set that up.
Adam, we're gonna have to figure that out, babe. We've got stuff going on this weekend. I know.
Get Crystal to set that up for you.
Let me see what's going on, and I will talk to Mom, and we'll get that set up, babe.
Okay, I'm a fan. I was working. Cool beans. We're back to Brenton.
Oh yeah, and he should still with us. I agree, Mike. It's the processing department that screws shit up. It's not the shipping department. Mike Brooks said he went to check out Anish's channel just to make sure he was still with us.
Oh yeah, you watched him too, Mike? Cool beans. Yeah, man, he's a cool cat. He lost his mom.
He is funny.
He lost his mom, so, you know, obviously lost touch with YouTube for a little bit, but I text him from time to time and talk to him and all. Yeah, real cool cat. I love him. Marky is freaking funny as hell.
What do you mean your RD? You mean your RC that you were talking about?
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, bro. Come in, jump on that. Show everybody. Stand
Say
up,
no.
wave.
I'm laying in front of the fan. Thank you anyway.
Yeah,
he also has some health
himself.
issues.
Yep. He is one cool cat.
My phone's not over there. My phone's over here.
I love when he does his rants. I hear you, Eric. You're welcome here anytime, brother. Like I said, appreciate you stopping by. Tell them the good news, Mars. Uh-oh.
What's the good news, Mars? You can't hold out on us. Come on, Mars.
Y'all having a mini Mars?
Woo. What's the news, Mars? Come on now.
He's like, Chris, don't ruin me. Watch it be that, too.
Right? That Chevy he's got? Nice.
Oh, my God. The cars he has, dude. Yes. He's got like 2 or 3 of them. They're sexy.
Yeah, there's Mr. Acro. He was out laying on the beach earlier today.
Yes, dude, the Dust Bowl taking so many of his quads.
Got picked to be a beta tester for a newbie drones.
Nice.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
Oh, it's got a delay, Adam. It'll be there, babe. Just gotta be patient.
Oh, yeah. Well, shipping, and it depends where you bought it from. If you bought it from Bang Goods, then it's on a slow boat. That's cool, Mars. Good news, bro.
Right? Always watching him fly around the Dust Bowl. And yeah,
Dude,
I think
he
we
lost.
all felt bad when that new bugs flew away,
He
but he's
lost
lost
so
so
many
many out in that Dust
Quads
Bowl.
out there, dude. So many. He would call me, lost another one. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I just went out there and I looked around. Man, I saw
What is it he calls it?
He
The
said-
universal
Oh, no.
universal symbol or
Universal
something.
middle finger. Middle finger.
Yeah.
He always gets everything with the universal middle finger. He's a trip, man. He really is.
Right? Sponsor needs to be Mountain Dew for sure.
Yeah. Mars into them whoops, though.
Right?
That's fun, man. How you guys get together and hang out like wherever, whose apartment or condo or whatever.
There she is, Miss Kaz.
Show her what we're gonna send it. That's just late because my shipper.
Oh hell no, he didn't again.
Hey, we got
Well, Kaz,
we got proof that it was printed way early.
you have no proof of nothing.
Oh, me and Mars talked. Yes, I do.
I don't give a shit. You have no proof of nothing. Kaz, this is going to be on its way to you. The processing department had some miscommunications.
It's supposed to be there for your birthday, but yeah.
The processing department had some miscommunications.
What did I print? I printed something in green, and then Mars contacted me, and he said, Yoda. He said, is it possible you could do a Yoda? I'm like, yes, indeed. He said, Kaz loves Yoda. I was like, oh, so I had to print it for you. Because you love the green machine, and as you see, it's not there no more. It kind of flew away on me. It found a new home. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, everybody wants a Yoda.
Yoda's cool. That green is really cool.
She said, awesome, matches my tat.
There you go.
T-A-T-T, guys. Get your mind out of the gutter.
All right. Looks like we're doing good.
What you watching, John?
I'm
Watching a flick with a flame.
Flick with the plan.
Well, I added the L,
Flick
but
with the
he
fam.
said flick with the fam. Right, Kaz? Get him. Grrr.
I have come way past that.
Tell him, Kaz, it don't matter.
Green
That's
machine.
bullshit. It don't matter. It don't matter. You don't want to hear it.
Days. Ryan still has that thing, and he flies the crap out of it.
The saddle I have in the corner, not T-A-C-C, tack.
Ryan,
Tack.
no. Ryan, no. That's a bad saying. When in doubt, throttle out. No.
Actually, believe it or not, I
It is FPV
personally
now.
have seen 2 people
The Unabomber series.
that have tried the when in doubt, throttle out. One quad come crashing back down, was eventually recovered the same day, mangled. And the other one, it was missing for 6 months at least.
Yeah, we put pictures on milk cartons and everything.
It was literally missing for 6 months
Thank you,
and
Huckleberry.
came
Appreciate
back
that.
in a box, destroyed.
Yes.
So
Eric,
be careful if you use that.
Eric throttled out when in doubt, and he lost that FPV and thought getting up higher would bring back his vision. It didn't. The quad had left. Mine wasn't. throttle out when in doubt. I punched. If you guys see that intro where I punch off that table, I punched so high and so fast, I got into that null. You know, if you punch straight up above yourself, you get into the null with the FPV.
Well, actually,
That's
I guess
what I
that's
hit.
3 people.
It blacked out on me. Martin that day, he got blacked out. He, I don't know if he throttled out when the
His quad ended up in a pond. Is still there.
and in the pond. Yeah, he said he never went and got it.
So technically, no. That's 4 people now.
I would just keep dropping a fishing rod in it. What's a whole bunch of roots in there too, so that's why.
Oh, thanks,
Thank you
Huckleberry.
right now,
Appreciate
Chris.
that.
I feel that, Cat. I thought something hurt.
Bad Chris.
Ryan's got it. I know where it's at. It's fostered out. That's all.
There you go. It's fostered out. Cass said, well, why the hell didn't I get the foster? This is bullshit.
I flew that thing past Ryan one day, and he had to have it. He wasn't taking no for an answer. He loved that green machine.
Yeah, I know, right? Fat fingers, John. Later, babe. Enjoy your movie.
Enjoy the Unabomber. Poke you.
No, don't poke me.
What they're good for. Screwing and poking. Yeah. Yeah, bullshit.
See, I knew.
It just wasn't suitable for me no more. It wasn't fast enough. I had to have something that moved light of speed.
Cass said
It was
you
a
might
little bit
want to
less.
hush because you're digging your hole even deeper and you're not going to be able to get out
And
of
the
it.
dude that Mars flies with has the green machine. So it took my place, see?
Nope.
One day I'll build another
How
one.
far is he now, Kaz? Nipple deep or is he actually chin deep?
Actually, Russell, what part of Australia was that dude with the guns at? Huh?
Where?
Venice? One with a V in Australia. Venice? Valia or something?
Anywhere close to you guys?
He's big on the airsoft guns. What's it? Novice? Novridge? Novridge airsoft guns. Russell had bought one from him. Well, it was mine.
Right. Tell him.
Oh, Ryan, you got Kaz's drone. What?
Ryan got Kaz's drone from you. So you are not getting it. No, hell no. You're not getting out of that. Adam said, hi, Rusty. Right, Vampire? I know what starts with a V.
Come, Vampire. Buddha, baby.
Ah, she said you needed her permission and you're up to your eyes deep.
I thought I asked you.
Yeah,
You said okay.
you're digging it. I mean, she's going to be standing on top of your head in just a very short period of time.
I didn't entice him to come over here. She had to come over here and kick my ass, so.
You might want to watch out. I mean, Mars has got his license and all now. Next part is passport.
If you come over, I will work a deal with Ryan and get that quad back. And you take it back to Aussie with you. There's a deal. Who doesn't start with me? Tequila. Tequila time yet? That doesn't start with me neither.
I think tequila time was either 8 or 9. I don't remember.
9. He's 4 minutes in. Yeah.
There you go. She said, no deal.
No deal. Well, damn. No dilly.
One of these days we will get together, and God help the world when we do.
Yes.
It will be an amazing time.
I'll be chasing Mars around, prop watching with a 5-inch, that little whoop.
Night Train said, beam time here.
There you go. Give me beam. We're going to cut this out,
Vampire
guys.
said he actually hasn't even opened his yet.
Oh, what? You're 4 minutes past, bro? Late. He's probably walking backwards to get it. He loves the backwards thing.
The H-36, is that what you're talking about, Adam? You wrecked it? Rusty, are you talking about Victoria? Nope, that's not it. What else around that area in Australia starts with a V? I don't know.
Wasn't the H30? Yeah, it was the H36 he had, wasn't it?
Ooh.
I don't know. I've lost touch with
He
those
might enjoy that,
toy
Cass.
grades. What'd you say?
Chris gonna get a size steel cap up his butt.
Oh, really?
He might enjoy that.
Vienna. I was joking with him, right? So he bought it and it come through and the case was all busted up. I'm like, do I have to have Mars go over there and knock on the dude's door and see if we can't get this straightened out? Hey, bud. Mace.
Rusty, Vienna is in Austria, not Australia.
Forgive him, he went to high school. Oh, they're terrible around here in the high schools. I'd have did the same thing. I would have called it the same place. All I would have saw was the Australia, and that's all it would have took. Be like, they got kangaroos that kick too.
Oh
And
boy.
koala bears that jump on your damn back. He got 3 letters right. See, Mike, there you go. Mike looked at it in a good way. Oh, he just really the end part just left him.
Oops. I gotta give him some credit.
It's like Pibanja.
Exactly. We will never have just a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich
That shit was
anymore.
funny.
That is pabanja. Poor Chris had not had coffee yet. No caffeine. And he's trying to read Messenger and he's like PBANEJ.
Yeah, close. There you go.
What the hell is pabanja?
A JJ?
Oh,
Somewhere deep in Australia.
right? That's pabanja.
Yep. I never
A
saw
fancy ass PB&J.
Because he talks about eating like he ate here, he ate there, and this is like I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, Pibanja? I'm like, okay, that'll work.
Hold up. Now, wait a minute, Adam. Are you serious on that one? Peanut butter, jelly, and mayo?
A lot of people do it. I have to try that. I like
I've
mayo,
heard
brother.
peanut butter and banana. I could do a peanut butter and apple. They've talked about peanut butter and potato chips. I've never. Oh, your teacher said she eats it.
Oh.
Now, have you tried it yet, Adam?
You gotta try it. Your teacher did it.
You did 10th grade twice, so that means you have 20 years of education, huh?
Damn, so I've calculated all the times I did the 6th grade for being a fool not wanting to go to school. Man, I got pretty good. Yeah, I didn't look at it that way. I'll start calculating now.
Oh, hell. Carlos, you've done it again, my dear.
No, you guys know what's good? You take a chocolate chip cookie and you put peanut butter on it and then put another one. Oh, my God. Mike Brooks got us on that day.
Yum!
Oh, bomb. I don't care what. You could go to Food Line and buy, like your grocery store, and buy the cheap chocolate chip cookies and turn them into
Just
something
put
good.
peanut butter in between them and you make it. Oh, yum.
Epic.
Think about you every time, Mike. That's a Mike Brooks special.
You want a Yoda? I have to get some more green, Ryan. I'll do you one, though. I don't have enough green. And that green that you sent, that's not enough in the first place. And that's like a see-through green. This is more like a lime green.
Yep.
I wish it came in a big full roll, but it just comes in a small one.
What, that?
The lime green, yeah.
This I can get in a full roll. I found it now. They didn't have it in stock before.
Oh, I need a full roll of it then.
That I can get in a full roll. Because I looked it up the other day.
Good stuff. That it is.
Yep. A lot of good stuff going on. And remember, guys, fly. Enjoy our hobby.
Like an eagle.
Keep your props pointed in the proper position at all times, please. And don't forget, I don't know if Krista told you or not, but There's a Flynoceros build coming up on Monday
On the FPV noob
at
we're gonna do it. I guess. Well, I'm thinking. Let me see. It's 7 or 8. What do you think? 7 or 8 would be better. We'll do it for 8. That's what I was originally doing it for.
8 o'clock on Monday. Check out Flynoceros Rat Rod or Rat Quad.
Rat Quad.
Being built live on the FPV Noob Tube.
Think of a rat rod car, right? You know how it's kind of the rat rod. Now it's the rat quad. So everything's in the back, and you look out over your battery and your front motors and all. And it's a pretty cool frame setup.
Different build for sure.
And then I do that on I do it on the NoobTube channel because we call it MD's Chop Shop, and I want to keep it like a series and keep it going. If you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
And it's a group channel, so it helps out. That's a channel that everyone comes over. It is monetized, so whatever gets people, donate or whatever, it all goes to giveaways, and Chuck and Josh handles all that. But stop by and check us out. It'd be a hell of a show.
Well, Ed, you can go to sleep now, babe. I know you've already eaten, babe. So
he's at this point now.
We will catch you guys on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the FPV Noob Tube.
For sure.
For a live build on MD's Chop Shop. Until then, we'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Love y'all.
Appreciate you for your time.
Have an amazing weekend, guys.
Fly, fly, fly.
Fly.
Oops.